Hi everyone, welcome back to Honesty's channel. So today we're going to talk about being 33 weeks pregnant. I am currently 33 and a half weeks pregnant. It took me a while to be able to find the time to make this video this week. We've been really busy running errands and everything else. I finally got my Jeep fixed, took it to Firestone, and $1,500 later, it is back on the road. And thankfully, I was able to get to some doctor's appointments, and we'll go into more detail about that in a little bit. So, 33 weeks pregnant. Our baby is now about the size of a pineapple, a 4-pounder pineapple, or like 4.25 pounds. We were in the grocery store just like the other day, and I'm like, honey, look at this. And he's like, why are you getting a pineapple? Why don't you? Because I usually get it in the cans. And I'm like, I want to show you something. So I put the pineapple on the scale, and I'm like, our baby's bigger than this pineapple, because that one only weighed about 3 pounds, and it was a little smaller. So like a pretty decent sized pineapple is what I'm imagining our son Henry is. He's about 17 inches. 4 pounds, and we only have 7 weeks to go. This is really exciting. I'm almost done with 33 weeks, and we'll be making the 34 weeks video coming up pretty soon. So what to expect during 33 weeks pregnant? Well, at a glance, the baby is like the soft spot in the back of his head. All babies have soft spots in the back of the head, but while they're still in the womb, the plates of the bone in the baby's skull are fairly pliable to make it easier for him to squeeze down through the birth canal. Even though we're having a C-section, all babies' skulls are like plated that way, so they're not completely hardened yet. Our son is pretty thirsty in our stomach. My tummy, and he's drinking about a pint of amniotic fluid a day, and that helps prepare the baby's gastrointestinal systems for prime time. And he just keeps on packing pounds. Now he's about gaining a pound, 1 pound a week. So he should be, well, I don't know about that, because I really doubt that I'm having a 10 or 11 pounder. Our daughter was 7 pounds, 5 ounces when she was born, so I'm pretty sure that Henry's going to be around 7 pounds, maybe 8 at the most. The other day, my doctor asked me, like, do you think that this baby's going to be bigger than your last? And I'm like, I don't think so. He was measuring my tummy and said that women are just, like, really, they know if their baby's going to be bigger or not. It's just a mother's intuition. But with my intuition's telling me that he's just going to be a healthy sized baby. Not too big and not too small. So 7 pounds is like the perfect size for me. And we'll see. Now the baby's kicks can feel sharper during 33 weeks, and that's pretty true. I feel like he's doing drum rolls in there sometimes, not only like somersaults or kicks and hiccups, but like sometimes I feel like a bunch of vibrations, mostly at nighttime. I did start feeling some sharp pains in my vagina, in my crotch area, like really sharp stabbing pains, and I don't know if it's Braxton Hicks, or like it does feel like I'm having contractions, but it's in down there and not in my stomach so much, not in my abdomen. It started on Saturday, and today's what? Today's now Tuesday. So it was really sharp on Saturday. Sunday, it wasn't as bad. And then it's coming and going throughout the weekend and onto the week. But like Saturday started in the morning so bad that I could barely like walk at all. I was like really waddling more than usual, and it was quite painful. So I've been like Googling what could it be. Is it Braxton Hicks? Is it just round ligament pain? But I've had round ligament pain for months, and it's not that. It's like something different. So I am going to talk to my doctor about that on Friday. I had a doctor's appointment today for birth control, just set it up beforehand. And I asked her when I'm going to start getting on birth control after my cesarean surgery. And she said that about 6 weeks after my surgery, I'll be able to get on the birth control of my choice, which I chose the shot every 3 months to get in my arm. And that's fine because I probably won't be sexually active for at least 2 months after surgery anyway. And I can also talk to my doctor about that as well on Friday. So I had to cancel and reschedule my doctor's appointments the past like 2 weeks, and I tried to reschedule another one of my stress tests for the low papain in my blood last week when I was not mobile and I didn't have my vehicle, and which is pretty cool. The doctor's office that I go to, my health center, offered me a lift, like an Uber, and I'm like, well, how does this work? And they're like, we will pay for the lift to come get you from your house and bring you to the doctor's, and which is about like 30 minutes away. And then we'll also pay for them to pick you up and take you back home. And so they really didn't want me to cancel or reschedule another stress test because they want to be able to monitor the baby's movements and heartbeats. So they set it up, got me a lift, and took me to the doctor's. There I sat with my husband and daughter, and we were able to do the stress test. They put the monitors on my tummy, and I held the button to like press every time I felt him move, but it was kind of earlier in the morning, like almost early afternoon appointment, when Henry was sleeping, and he doesn't really move as much. He's more active during late hours of the night. I do feel him throughout the day, but not as much. So I feel like I only got to press buttons a couple times within like a half an hour segment. But the heartbeat, we found the heartbeat right away, and it was like wah, 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 wah. And we were able to hear that clearly the whole time. And then the doctor came in and gave me just like a quick ultrasound or sonogram where we were able to see Henry moving around in there, and all of his organs and everything, just like all of the other ultrasounds, said that he was, everything's developed perfectly and the right size. So all of that was good and positive. Another thing that is pretty interesting about being 33 weeks pregnant is that our baby's reached an important milestone. He finally has his own immune system, so he's not just working on living through my immune system. Antibodies are being passed from me to our little one as he continues to develop in the fetal immune system, which is going to come in handy once he's born outside of the womb and he's fending off all of those yucky germs. So that's great. Another thing about yucky germs is I've already done my Tdap for like pertussis, whooping cough, and the 3 diseases that like it fights against. And my husband got his Tdap shot. I'm going to ask the doctor on Friday if next Thursday my mother can come to the doctor's appointment with me to get her Tdap shot. She had it when my daughter was born, and she just wants to get it renewed because it's been about 5 years. And she asked me, do I have to get it renewed? And I'm like, yeah, because I had to get mine renewed, and we got ours at the same time. So she's going to go to the doctor's appointment with my daughter, and we'll just go as a little family and get the shots together. So That will be good. Everyone who's able to hold the baby and come in contact with the baby will have their shots because we are cocooning. And anyone who is pregnant or having a baby or has children knows that you have to have these shots to protect the child from getting those horrible diseases, from whooping cough, colic, anything that could detrimentally harm a newborn or young infant child. So not only does mommy have to do it with baby in the womb, but everyone else who is going to be there in the hospital when the baby's born needs to be up on their vaccinations. So insomnia is a general symptom that's going to be happening during your 33 weeks pregnancy or just your third trimester in general. I've been struggling with insomnia, having to wake up every hour this entire third pregnancy and pretty much the second half in my second trimester. I wake up every hour and I'm feeling really nauseous. I either have to puke because my throat is on fire. I have all of this acid reflux and my throat burning, or I just have to frequently urinate. But this week, honestly, I've had 2 days of good sleep where I was able to sleep 6 hours straight without having to get up at all for any reason, not to pee and not to puke or drink milk because my throat is burning. So that was really good. I was able to sleep for the first time in a really long time, months. I got my daughter to finally get in her own bed so she's not kicking me and hitting me, and being able to just set her aside and give mommy more room in my bed because it's hard enough. It's really hard to be sandwiched in between. And she's been able to sleep on her own for about a couple years now, but she's been really clinging to me and wanting to snuggle cuddle, but she doesn't understand. I tell her to roll over and face the other direction because she'll end up hitting mommy in the tummy or kicking me, and I'm like, you're hurting mommy, you're hurting your brother. We're trying to we're trying to make it work. It's just so uncomfortable to sleep with just crammed in between my husband and my daughter. And I don't have any pregnancy pillows or anything extra to sleep with. I did pick up this little square throw pillow from my mom's house yesterday. I went over there and dropped off a bunch of baby stuff to just make it easier when we move. And this pillow, hopefully I'll be able to take this one to the hospital with me. I asked her if she knew where that pillow I had when I gave birth to Ariana was, because I thought I lent it to her. It had the armrest and it could prop you up that way, your head's more elevated, and then I'm able to breathe easier and sit with the baby in the hospital and hold him just like I did with her. But I'm not sure. She said she hasn't seen it in a while, and neither have I. So that's why I took this little small mint pillow. We'll see. I mean, this one feels good on my back. I have been, along with the pain down there, I've been having a lot of back pain, feet pain. I just my feet have been killing me, and I've been asking my husband if he could massage my feet a little bit. And there's so much has been going on. I ended up tearing my knee over the weekend as well. My right knee, I cracked my knees a couple times that night. And by like the third time, like getting down and squatting and cracking my knees, both of them cracked, but it was only the right one that like got so much pain. Um, I was in a crucial, excruciating amount of pain for like 3 days after. And like Googling like knee injuries and everything, it says it could take like 2 weeks to a couple months to be able to like heal. And I was freaking out, like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I can't like really walk, and it was just horrible. So, like, miraculously and luckily, after 3 days, so like by the fourth day, I was able to walk without limping or like wincing, being in hella pain. I just like kept ice on it, ice packs, and kept it elevated at night. I had to steal my husband's one of his pillows to keep my knee propped up. So we didn't really have comfortable sleeping those past nights either because I stole his pillow and my knee was hurting really bad. So along with all of like my normal pregnancy pains and everything else, it was horrible. So thank God my knee's feeling better. I'm able to walk a little easier, still waddling from being pregnant, but that's okay. Um, Along with this week, we also were able to get like some stuff from friends. We got our pack and play, a bunch of new baby clothes. Um, I went and bought a stroller and a car seat. We're getting a car seat, a newborn infant car seat from our health center next week. It's a gift from our health center for taking all of these classes, birthing classes, but that one's strictly for the car. So the car seat that I bought along with the stroller goes in the stroller, and you can take it out, put it in the car, take it out, carry it with you wherever you go, the grocery store, doctor's appointments, to church, anywhere, and like just have it in a carrier. I know a lot of women have car seats like that, car seat carriers, but I didn't when Ariana was younger, like newborn toddler or newborn infant stage. So I brought her everywhere in my arms or in the stroller. So this is a little easier. Um, well, at a glance, it would be easier, right? I see other people carrying them all the time. But when I lifted it up, it was like really heavy for me. And I'm like, well, honey, you're going to be carrying this. And I'll push the stroller. But he's like, once you're not pregnant, it probably won't be as hard for you to carry it. And I'm like, I think it will be even harder because Henry's going to be inside of it, and that's just adding more weight to like lifting it up. But whatever, we'll see. It's still a really cool idea to be able to carry baby in it. So we got all of that. I'm looking into another baby bassinet because the one I fell in love with and got, my cats have been tearing at the bottom of it, and it's making me really sad. So, like, I still want to keep it, but I'm going to look tomorrow at a couple other bassinets. My husband says it's not necessary. We already have a crib and a co-sleeper little thing to go in between us for our bed. Um, and he thinks I just, like, am a shopaholic and buy too much stuff for our son. But, like, he doesn't understand babies need all this stuff. And especially nowadays, there's so many things that baby needs. And I haven't gotten everything that, like, would be on a baby registry. A lot of the stuff I feel like we don't even need. Like, we don't have a changing table. We don't have a high chair. And I'm fine with those two big items. We don't need those. Because I could feed Henry anywhere. I can feed him in a rocker, a vibrating chair. I can feed him in the swing, in any of his other things. I can feed him pretty much wherever I am, holding him, standing, sitting on the couch. So I feel like a high chair isn't really necessary. She could, like, all of her holiday meals and everything, Ariana was able to, like, eat at the table in her stroller or in the exo saucer. So she didn't have a high chair either. I also am not getting a changing table because I feel like I can change him on the bed on a changing pad or on the floor, and just like everything I did with her. The things that I am buying are like all these different like soothing chairs and beds and things to make him comfortable and have him be able to sit down and play with, walkers, exo saucers. So, and I got good deals on all of those. Um, I really feel like I'm saving money. My husband just doesn't understand that, like, there are like really expensive things we could be getting, but I've gotten great deals and I'm a smart shopper. So, Ariana, you're not being a good girl right now.
Mommy, like this.
No, mommy.
I just want you
No,
to fix
Mom.
my video.
You can have your videos fixed after you not interrupt my video. All right. So, omega fatty acids for 33 weeks pregnant. Studies suggest that infants born to mothers whose diets contain plenty fatty omega acids found mostly in fish oils have an edge in the terms of early development. So I'm not so sure about that. That's just something I read online on whattoexpect.com. But I haven't, like, I've ate fish and chips a couple times during this pregnancy, but we would have to, like, go out to get that. I did crave it a couple times. But during my entire pregnancy, what I have been, like, craving the most is probably, like, garlic fries. He loves garlic, but for some reason, like, I can't even eat garlic hummus anymore. I used to be able to eat it like all the time because I love it, but Henry will not let me eat hummus. It just does not taste the same anymore. Since his taste buds are inside of me, our taste buds are not agreeing with it. This week I have been eating like Safeway sandwiches with like spinach and pickles, mustard, marinated mozzarella, pepperoncinis. It's so good. And then today, so I was able to get my daughter and I lunch from Safeway sandwiches today. And they also had cranberry sauce, which they rarely ever do, but it's like my favorite thing to put on sandwiches. And they had it. So I got my cranberry sauce with my mustard, and it was freaking delicious. And like I feel like it's healthier than some of the stuff that I have been eating during the pregnancy. So like I try to eat chicken mostly, but yeah, pretty healthy sandwiches with the spinach and all the veggies and everything, and then different like stir fries and stuff. So that is that. And it's kind of hard to find foods that or drinks that are not going to give me heartburn. So, like, especially towards the end of this pregnancy, I'm trying to be even healthier than, like, I have been throughout the entire pregnancy. And I'm like, well, maybe I'm not giving him enough fruit. So even though, like, we eat a lot of strawberries and grapes and watermelon, like, all apples, all different types of fruit. The other day, I'm like, okay, I'm going to get one of those naked fruit drinks. So I tried to get like a Blue Machine, and I think I tried it before too during this pregnancy, and that's why I hadn't in a while. But I drank it because it has all of these like natural fruits in it, and it gave me such bad heartburn. I could only drink like half of it and in like small sips. And I'm like, honey, give me some milk because my throat's burning. I can't drink this drink. And, like, I just couldn't drink it. I couldn't swig it. Seriously. I read the ingredients, and the first ingredient is apple juice. And, I think that's what it is. Because whenever we run out of milk, and, like, I've already had my 8 glasses of water, or, like, past 8 glasses, I've just felt like I've been drinking too much water, I'll switch to juice before we go to the store and get more milk. And sometimes the acidic, just like acid, is too much for my throat. It burns it, whether it's apple juice or grape juice. So I feel like grape juice is easier for me to drink than those nakeds right now. Unfortunately, because they're really healthy and have all of those good fruits and nutrients in them, but I just couldn't do it. So that's anything else happened this week? I feel like I needed to talk to you guys about like everything that's been happening this week, but I pretty much touched bases with everything. The doctor's appointments, my knee, the Braxton Hicks, or the contractions I've been feeling in my vagina, like really tight, sharp pains, making it be able hard to walk. Yeah, working through all of that. I got my Jeep fixed, and I was able to finally, it's only been like 2 days, and we've gotten so much stuff done, moving stuff to my mom's house, and moving baby stuff around, clearing out the storage, and getting ready to move, packing, and everything else. Able to do laundry. I did a bunch of laundry last night, and I was so exhausted. I was so tired, and I didn't even want to do it. My husband's like, well, you can wait and do it later. But I'm like, no, we need to wash blankets and pillows, and I'll just get it done. So I got done and was able to do that. And came home, and I was really tired. And he's like, I'm exhausted. I vacuumed the house, and I just wanted to kill him. Like, don't tell me you're exhausted when I'm exhausted. Or don't tell me you're in pain, because I'm in pain, and it's all your fault for getting me pregnant. And, oh my god, he's just, like, driving me crazy lately. Don't come and complain to me. Seriously. I've done all of this, all of everything, and you vacuumed, and then you say you're tired and want to watch TV. Oh. I could beat him over the head with the remote. But, so, just like a little irritable with that for understandably reasons. And then, like, I have our daughter with me 24/7, and I love her more than anything, but without, like, any babysitter or childcare. And being this far along in my pregnancy, it's, like, pretty overwhelming and stressful. But, luckily for me, I'm going to have this surgery coming up really soon, and in about 7 weeks, unless I go into labor early. So that's a concern with the contractions. Like, am I going to give birth early? But early or not, my husband is going to have to step up to the plate more, and he is going to have to, like, be doing everything I do while I'm healing through the pregnancy, and maybe he'll be able to get a better picture of what mommy actually does all the time, every day of her life. So, because I won't even be able to bend up to pick up a piece of paper or anything, and he's going to be watching our daughter and cooking and cleaning and driving and everything else. All the chores, have to take care of everything at home, and work from home while I am healing and tending to our baby. So, and I know he's able to do it, but I just feel like now that our daughter is almost 5, it's just like
I'm only 4.
it's going to be harder than it was the first time around. But I have heard from moms with multiple kids or 2 kids that when they grow up together, it gets easier because they'll be able to play together. And our daughter's been asking to have a sibling, either a baby brother or baby sister, for a long time. She wants someone to play with.
Somebody to play with me.
Somebody to play with her all the time.
Yeah.
Because grown-ups don't always have time to play.
Yeah. I need somebody to play with me.
And she has plenty of friends, but somebody to play with her all the time, and that's going to be her brother.
Yeah. Or sister.
So us having another baby is kind of like a present to her, but she has to remember that she's the one who asked for it.
Yeah.
So, all right, and we're going to have Henry in our home very soon, in just a couple weeks, 7 weeks or shorter, right after your birthday. So we'll have your birthday.
And then brother.
And right after, you'll get to meet your baby brother and go to Grandma's house while Mommy and Daddy are in the hospital.
And then get a new house.
Yep, and then move to the new house. Go play with your toys. Ariana.
She lost her glove.
Take that with you.
I don't want to leave.
So, I still haven't heard back from the surgeon, but I did ask my doctor about that. Like, when am I going to hear back from the surgeon? And he said she has a month to get a hold of me. And that they might have to, because there's 3 different surgeons, they might have to swap days around. And that's what they are going to be discussing to see if I can do it on the 21st or 24th. But we'll see. I'm either going to have a Libra or a Scorpio. Ariana's a Libra baby. And, yeah. So I will fill you guys in on everything else that is happening next week when I make my 34-week video.
Tomorrow.
Is next week tomorrow?
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure about that. I know usually I make these videos in the beginning of the week, but I'm already almost done with being 33 weeks pregnant because I've had such a busy week. I wasn't even able to film this. So, but I will talk to everyone soon, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you for joining us on our pregnancy journey. This has been Honesty's channel, and have a great day.